And yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know why it bothers. I think I know he hates me. Don't say that it's done out of respect.
What is it, Judd?
Here's why it's funny.
Okay, go ahead.
It's
Let's
funny
hear it.
Because
he knows
it's a bunch of incredibly ugly guys debating whether or not Seth Rogen is ugly.
That's not the joke.
They're not. That isn't the joke.
And they have been fucking hot women on that show for 7 years, which is the exact same thing as Knocked Up. So it's a joke.
Get it. I don't
Seth
think they
can't let this get out of control. Okay, one guy makes a crack here, one makes a crack. Next thing you know, you're this ugly guy who shouldn't be starring in movies.
Exactly.
It's like, well, you know, they could have said it about Paul Giamatti. They could have said it about a lot of people. Now they're targeting Seth. He's got to nip this in the bud.
Thank you, sir. You're with me.
It's like when I forgot to pay a bookie once. You had to beat the fuck out of me. Because you can't let that spread. And I got it.
You know, it's weird. That can become a thing. You know what I'm saying?
True. All of a sudden, you're the butt of that joke every time.
Exactly. I don't want to be the butt of a joke.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would never let these fuckers get away with it because I got a forum. I would fucking pound them till the sun didn't, until their lives.
It's true. That's what's tough. It's tough to pick a fight with people who have a TV show because they have like 15 episodes a year. I promote like 2 movies a year, maybe. So it's harder for me.
About a 5-hour radio show.
Exactly. Get it for me, guys.
But we make jokes in all the movies where we mention people in a derogatory way, and in almost all of the cases, it's people that we like. Like we say to Matthew Fox, he's so boring, he deserves a beat down. And we say, Steely Dan, he says, Steely Dan should gargles my balls, right? I love Steely Dan. We love Lost. It's just for the character.
But that's the difference. But I know they actually hate me. Like here, like Family Guy. I know Seth MacFarlane. They did an episode making fun of me, and I did the voice in the episode because he called me and was like.
I was surprised by that because Seth MacFarlane said he was playing the whole ugly card. Like you're not good looking.
But he at least went through he had the consideration to ask. I knew they would do it one way or another, and at least I was like, I might as well get in on that.
And I know we're here to talk about funny people.
He's pointing out they didn't contact him from. It would be funny if you had walked through, or something like that. You're not involved at all.
It wouldn't have been funny because it would have been on Entourage.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You got to stick up for yourself.
Thank you.
And by the way, I know we're here to talk about funny people. The new movie with Seth and Judd wrote and directed it, and it's a funny movie. And the fact is that I do want to, before you leave, compliment you on the movie. Observe and Report.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm a huge fan of Observe and Report.
Awesome.
I thought it was one of the funniest movies.
That is so nice of you, man. I totally agree. And this
is the one where you play a mall cop.
Right.
Yeah. And
man.
It was somewhat ignored.
My wife and I watched it. We had a great time watching that.
You know who loved that movie? You and David Letterman.
That's it, huh?
I swear to God. I've done Letterman like 5 times, and it's literally the only time he was like, seriously, I love this movie.
It's a great movie.
I can really tell. And,
what is happening with it? Because I keep waiting for it to come on like pay-per-view.
It'll come out. I hope they let it out on DVD.
Who knows? You don't know.
They buried this movie.
It's a little annoying because the last time I did Letterman, he said, "Did you see Observe and Report?"
Exactly.
All right, now. The movie is called Funny People. Let's get down to it. That's why the boys are here.
Let's get real.
Let's get real. They're trying to make a couple of dollars. In fact, Judd, the pressure's really more on you even than on Seth. Because I don't think you've had a flop yet. Have you?
I'm doing pretty well, yes. Now's the moment. Now's the moment.
None of the movies he's directed have failed. A few of the movies I've been in haven't done that well, so I'm cool.
Right. You've been through the experience of highs and lows.
I have.
Judd is on one big roll.
Yeah.
This is a very big weekend for you. Now, let's be honest. You got Adam Sandler in the movie. You got Seth Rogen in the movie. You got all the stars lined up. This is a big deal. Are you nervous about opening this movie, or are you past that? And you yourself have said you're allowed to have 3 shitty movies in a row before they throw you out of show.
Exactly.
So even if this is your first one,
that's right.
You can come back.
Judd, they gave me 4.
I'm on 2.
But what is the deal? Is the movie tracking? What is your predictions for box office? You got Adam Sandler. He's the top guy. Come on, let's talk business now.
It seemed, they track it, so they ask people, like, are you going to go or not going to go?
Right.
And it is tracking like one of Adam Sandler's successful movies, which is great. And when we show it to people, it plays great, and the reviews have leaned really positive. So I'm I'm hopeful. There is diarrhea involved. I have a little of that. There's some sleep medications. I got some Dr. Murray that are helping me.
And what happens in the business where they call you what after Friday night and say, "Listen, we've got a hit or we've got a."
They
bomb.
know at like 12:01 a.m. Friday morning.
Right.
Like, yeah,
they know from like the AOL movie phone pre-sale what the whole weekend will be.
Wow.
They know right now how much the movie's been.
and Sandler, now all of a sudden you have access to Sandler again. You're A-list, all of this. If the movie doesn't. That's right.
I just got his home phone number again.
Do you think those doors will close if this doesn't work?
Oh, please, that's my point. You know the doors are going to close on you. This is a bomb for Sandler. Sandler doesn't take a bomb easily. I mean, he's got a big career.
He hasn't had many of them.
That's
no.
Right. So you probably even feel responsible. It really is a big responsibility for you.
It is a little scary anytime you work with your friends. When we made The Cable Guy back in the day, and we were so excited, and we loved it. We giggled the whole shoot. We're like, this movie's going to be gigantic. And there's that moment after the movie doesn't open, and you're like, I don't get why it's not a hit. I love it, and you feel out of touch with the universe. Like,
it's a great movie.
It is. Yeah. But I was literally the reason that movie failed. I was like a 14-year-old kid and was like, why isn't he talking out of his ass?
You and me both. That's all we wanted.
Seth, you're so immature.
Barbara Bowie's interrupting me.
Judd has to go.
Judd has to go. Where are you going, Judd?
You guys
I'm
are
going to
splitting
do
up?
this show. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Good Morning America.
Never heard of it.
Might catch on.
I'll be back tomorrow morning.
All right.
Let's finish
We
this
won't,
tomorrow.
but you can.
Okay.
We have Fridays off.
Right. Listen,
I'll never be back again.
the movie is called Funny People.
Yes.
And Judd wrote it. And he got Adam Sandler and Seth to do it.
And he directed it?
And he directed it.
All right.
And it's a funny movie.
Can I say something that I just forgot to say?
Go ahead.
Fuck Entourage.
Stick up for your guy.
Yeah, I got to get back on the train.
Thank you, Judd.
And you know what? If I got to fight, I think I could beat 3 out of the 5 guys on that show.
I think you could.
Do me a favor. When you go on Good Morning America, start with that line.
Exactly. Have Diane Sawyer say it.
Go ahead, because you know what I'll do? I'll hold Seth for a few minutes. He can meet the porn star.
You know what? It's good for me and the wife to not be here for this second.
Yeah, exactly.
Your wife is hot, by the way, Judd.
She is.
Very hot.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Whoever's entering this.
Hey, by the way, didn't Sandler... Get on that mic real quick for 1 second. Didn't Sandler hit on your wife when you guys were roommates or something?
They bumped into each other at a bar when they were very, very young.
Before you knew her?
Yes, Adam sent her a note, and then he was trying to have someone, like, say, come sit at my table when he was like a kid.
Right.
And Leslie refused to walk to someone else's table. She was cocky back then, too.
Right.
And then they both just had a standoff, and then no one moved, and that was it.
So they never hooked up?
That's the lie. That's the cover story.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I have a follow-up to that real quick. Leslie is in Big Daddy.
Leslie is.
Were you dating her at that point?
I was.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then when you're there's love scenes between Adam and your wife in the movie.
I think that's so fucked up.
I do too.
It's not a love scene.
They make out.
It's the act of cunnilingus.
He eats her out.
He eats her out, but they also... But there's a lot of kissing and stuff.
Yeah, it was like, how can I get Adam's face away from my wife's face quickly? I'll have him go down on it.
That's the one part of the movie. That's the one part of the movie I didn't understand. I want to know if that came from your mind directly.
Well, I just thought because he cheated on her when they were younger, immediately she had to dominate him and say, just do this to apologize.
So let me ask you something. Because that's unusual. When a guy is in bed with a woman, just to perform cunnilingus and then not have intercourse is very, very strange.
She had to get her